My Singer 150, a bulky machine, a metal bed machine, which I absolutely love, is working great except for slip stitch, which is utterly, totally failing. And I think I have discovered the issue. It's set for slip and the two sides should be the same, but they are not. I mean, when set for slip, both sides should behave in the same manner. And I can get a little stopper that I see underneath to move into position, but it will not stay in position.
Okay, the problem is here's a stop, and if you'll notice, it goes to where it's supposed to be no matter what.
And that's the one that I could tell from underneath
Right.
was flipping
And
normally.
here's a stop that, whoops, isn't doing what it should. But notice.
It'll move to position, but it won't stay.
But look at this. Coil spring right against this hook.
Uh-huh.
And on here, nada.
Where did it go?
It's right there.
Okay, so it just popped off.
Yes, and they will do that.
I was going to say, what would make it happen? I haven't dropped the carriage.
Well, no, but let me show you how hard it is to get it into place and let the camera see it.
It is stiff, isn't it?
It is, and it's very small. So let me use...
Do you want some tweezer type things, hemostats? So.
No, let me use the fingers correctly, and there you go.
So that should fix it.
Yeah, see, now it's in its position so that when this moves,
okay,
this is the S.
So now I shouldn't drop slip stitches.
And that. See them?
Mm-hmm.
So underneath, this is what you see.
Got a question for you.
In the slip stitch position.
I tried to slip stitch about 20 times. 19 of them failed. One of them worked. Was it just by happenstance in the right position?
Yeah, if you'll notice, there's a connecting rod right here between those two.
Yeah.
So if this lever popped in response to changing this lever, see how there's one right under the other?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if this one happened to pop like that, then it would have pulled this back into position without its return spring. But if you'll notice, that return spring is the only reason that this lever, in response to the dial, comes back.
Okay, well, I tell you what, before you reassemble, let me clean a little bit because I saw it's about time, and then we will.
Okay, hold on. One more thing.
Okay.
See, we're going to put this into place here. And you can see that the rotation of this dial, this is your S and O, but...
To the left is I for intarsia, or
right.
Let's see, clockwise is I, counterclockwise.
S is to the left.
Well, your left,
yeah.
But as we're knitting, it's to the right.
You're right. You're correct. But look at the difference. See, on this side, the bottom one does nothing. The top one responds. You can see the little rub mark right there, where the top one has responded to that. But on this side, the top one again responds to this, but the bottom one responds to that cam. No cam over here, cam over here.
Okay.
That's why one direction this way operates the top two. This way operates the top two and the bottom two, so you get that action.
Got it. Okay. Well, I knew something wasn't right.
It looks very, very clean. I think
it's the underside that is concerning me.
Okay.
I mean, it's not that it's dreadful, but every chance I get, I'd rather get it clean.
Yeah, a little bit of silicone goes a long way.
I'll clean it out. Okay, we're ready to go back together, but Jack wanted to show you something.
Yes, notice when the stitch dial slides, it's writing on this point, and this point. So you really need a little bit of silicone there. And look at these very carefully. I'm going to put them in the light. See them rotating slightly? So
Yeah.
you really don't want to get any fiber that would prevent that small amount of movement.
And this one wasn't filthy, but we did pull a little fiber out
Right.
and lubricated it with our favorite.
But see,
And it's really moving easily now.
that's the way it's supposed to do.
You're seeing a little bit of assembly here, but we went into great detail about disassembling and reassembling this sk150 carriage in another video. So if you need to get into yours, look for that show. Now I'm going to hand select some slip stitch. On this machine, when set for S or slip stitch, needles that are all the way forward in D position are the needles that knit, and needles that are in normal knitting position, which is B on this machine, slip. They just let the working yarn pass them by. So with my finger, I am alternately selecting one set of stitches, and then the following row, I select those that slipped last time to knit this time. It's afternoon, and I'm sorry about the light glaring in the window, but I do want to get this done while it's fresh in my mind, and I think you can see well enough. And it is, in fact, working. What you saw under my fingertips down near the comb was where it was not working. Now I'm going to progressively change the needles that are selected. In each of the settings you're seeing, I'll knit one row after the selection. My knitting stitches are moving over, and my slip stitches are moving over. Okay, here's our sample. This is what happened when slip stitch was failing, and boy was it. I was dropping and unraveling stitches with gay abandon. This is what happens when alternating every other needle to slip and changing to the alternate set every successive row. And this is what happens if you keep moving over the stitches that slip. And this method can create some wonderful faux cables.